This week, I learned about U.S. criminal law. The connections I found to the Korean law is that in South Korea, according to the recently enacted Serious Accident Punishment Act, CEOs can face prison sentences if they are found to have failed to implement adequate safety measures, even if they didn't directly cause the accident. However, in the US criminal law, uh, uh, while executives can be held criminally liable, it is less common that the imprisonment is less common unless there is clear evidence of direct negligence or involvement in wrongdoings like fraud, gross negligence, or willful violations. And also for personal takeaways, for criminal liability, for corporate criminal liability, I learned that if a supervisor knew about or authorized the illegal act, the corporation is more likely to be held liable. Even if a supervisor didn't know, the corporation could still be liable if it failed to have proper controls or procedures in place to prevent the illegal act. What is criminal law? It is a government entity brings charges against someone that has violated the relevant criminal statute. Rather than simply seeking monetary damages, criminal charges may also include imprisonment. In a criminal case, there is higher level of burden of proof, which means that the prosecutor has the burden of providing beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant committed the alleged crime. If any jury member has reasonable doubt that the defendant committed the crime, in other words, perhaps it was someone else, then it is unlikely that the prosecution will prevail. But in civil cases, on the hand, it only requires a preponderance of the evidence, meaning that the plaintiff need only show that it is more likely than not that the defendant acted wrongfully. Another important element in criminal law is intent. A crime consists of both the criminal act and the requisite criminal intent. In the U.S. law, a person that is forced to commit a crime does not charge as guilty. And there's classification of crimes such as treason. While treason is a crime against the United States government, there is a felony, which is a serious crime against society, such as murder, arson, larceny, bribery, and embezzlement. It may be punished by a prison sentences of more than a year or by a fine. A misdemeanor is a less serious crime, such as traffic tickets, theft of small amounts of money, and is usually punished by a fine and or imprisonment of no more than a year. For the crimes in the business, there is corporate criminal liability. Corporations are usually liable for the crimes committed by their agent and employees so long as the crime was committed during the course and scope of employment. There's white collar crime. It is generally refers to non-violent crimes committed by and against business. For example, a bank teller secretly stealing the bank's money would be considered a white collar crime. RICO is one of the most successful laws used to combat white collar crimes. RICO prohibits an organization's employees from engaging in crimes involving extortion or coercion, such as securities fraud, bribery, embezzlement, and wire or mail fraud. Larceny is a broad term that includes most forms of theft, such as robbery, burglary, and embezzlement, which involves the wrongful taking of money or other property that has been entrusted to a person as part of his or her job. This is the summary of what I learned of U.S. criminal law this week. Thank you.